What's going on, everyone, and welcome back along to Rugby Champions. It's a new season, it's a new day, and it's time to get some new stars and to create the future of this Highlanders franchise as we rock our way into, what is this, season 4? I can't even remember anymore what season we're up to, but we are starting a new season. We are back-to-back champions, and we are ready for more action. Today, we have these things up in that corner to talk about, if I'm right: skill points, attribute points, and recruitment points. Those are the three things we are going to be spending today on our team and our additions. Now, if you're sharp-eyed and quick to the draw, the research has been done. We've got train, we've got sign, we've got youth, and we've got release. We've got points spent. The tactics are in. The objectives are made, and something's gone flying off it there. But we go on. We've got a plan. So let's put that plan into action and get ourselves some new players on this Highlanders team. If you are new to this series, this is the beginning of a new season. We are the defending champions, and this is a little bit of what our team looks like right now. I've been doing a lot of research, actually, over the last few hours to get things right. And I think, thanks to some of your suggestions I had in the comments as well, we've gone not exactly what's suggested, but fairly close to get some decent players in our team. So here's what we look like right now. Our best 15 is consisting of Stephen Kitchoff, Sofa Almua, and Tyrell Lomax in that front row. Jackson Humopo and RG Snyman in the middle of the pack. We've got Liam Squire, Pablo Matera, and Marino Makaele too in that back row. Now, a lot of people are saying, hey, Matera should play at 6, but I just don't have an out-and-out 7. Matera's the most 7 I've got out of those 3. I'm not going to play Squire at 7, am I? So, Pablo, you just got to have to make do, son. And as you can see by the players who got on the bench, guys like James Lynch's not really cut out to get up to this level. At 31 years old, not good enough to train either. Into the back line. In our championship season, last season, Aaron Smith started at 9, Josh Ioane at 10, midfield of Matt Faddis and Kieran Wright. On the left wing, it was Campbell Wood. So there is 2 of our superstar regen players we have picked in. Kieran Wright, there you go, look at him, 95, he's amazing. And Campbell Wood. Did I call him Campbell Wood, or did I call him the wrong name just before? Campbell Wood he is, 94, fantastic. Waisaki Naholo's still here. We've managed to keep the amazing right winger in that number 14 jumper. And Ben Smith at fullback as well. Now, last episode, as we completed the season and made ourselves once again champions, we ticked things over into the new year, which meant 2 retirements come about. Those were Ben Smith and, of course, Richard Buckman. So Richard Buckman was probably a guy I would have released this season, but seeing as it's his last year, maybe we might give him a game against the Sunwolves or something later on if the opportunity does arise. But as it stands right now, Ben Smith, he'll be in and around the first team. But if you saw what youth players we picked up, not picked up yet, but we have available, Ben Smith might be in for a tough time to make it into that team. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Let's have a look at who we are going to. Let's get our youth players first, shall we? I think that is the plan we want to go for. And we're quickly going to find out how good my maths is, because if it's not good, we may have to get one less player than we had planned to get. So let's get straight into it, pick up those youths, and of course our new signings, and then it's training time, boys. Let's go. Right, so I'm not 100% confident in my own maths at this stage that I'm actually pinpointing, because I've got this to the exact point. When I'm finished recruiting here, we're going to have 0 recruitment points whatsoever, and I'm just a bit worried that I've messed this up, and I think my signing's going to be a bit more important overall than the fact that we are going to get these youth players. So I'm going to get 3 of the youth players. I'm going to leave 1 here till the end. We'll pick them up at the end if my maths is right, we'll pick them up at the end. So let's get into it. Obviously there's a fact as well that when we pick a youth player, they get replaced as well. So there's a possibility that there could be a better player in behind the player we got here. Does that make sense? You'll see in a second. First things first, we want to get Sam Murray. He is the best of the cheese we've got out of these youth players this season. So Sam Murray, welcome. 7 recruitment points. He is in. Okay, and it's given us straight back. Sam Murray's in, 86, 18 years old. He's 86. He is ridiculous. The thing I like about Sam Murray, a little bit taller than Ben Smith, which is kind of ironic, but the fact his awareness is 88 already. I was thinking, does Campbell Wood want to go to fullback, or will we keep Sam Murray and Ben Smith to fill that role? Campbell Wood, his awareness is rubbish, and I think for a fullback, that is one of the key skills that they need. Obviously, handling, high ball, things like that, kicking to kick return, that happens a lot. And you see Campbell Wood's kicking's 82. Sam Murray has work to do there and only 71. So, yes, right place, right time, I think is more important than those extra couple of metres. We'll see as the season goes by. But for now, I think Ben Smith will be the incumbent player there. Fantastic awareness and a decent kicker as well. He's kind of the best of both worlds, but the future certainly lies within Sam Murray. So let's go back to the youth, shall we? And he's been replaced by Marika Rawalui. There we go. Third, fourth time. We picked it up. That's right. Marika, sorry, we're not going to pick Marika up. 83, still very, very good. But he's not on the list, and he's not fantastic either. The second player from the youths we are going to pick up is Mr. Kevin Rowe. Now, you may say he's only 78 rated. What are you doing? Flankers, they're few and far between at the moment, especially good. We can train him up pretty well, but I think when you look at the fact that we've got a lot of players already around 30 are nowhere near the capabilities that Kevin Rowe can offer us. So, long term, I'm thinking here, he's probably not going to play this season. We may give him a few training points, get him to 80, and then he'll be on par with our bench from last season. So, Kevin Rowe, let's get him into the team. Bang! Kevin Rowe is in. Now, there we go. I like to see it. So, Kevin Rowe, we'll get up to him and have a look at him. Where is he? I've gone right past him. Kevin Rowe. So, you can see we've got mass amount of back rows here, but Shannon Frizzell, 80 rated. Dylan Hunt, 80 rated. James Lynch is 81. Two of those three sit on the bench. So, Kevin Rowe, get him to 80, 81. He is certainly in there for the long haul. Starting, well, you'll see later on. We've got a little something somewhere up our sleeve. We'll worry about that later. Kevin Rowe's in, good player. What I like about this guy, good tackler, good at the ruck, and he is fairly quick for a back rower as well, which I like to see. Strong defence, again, good awareness. I like that guy. Right, I'm going to get our third youth player now and see who has replaced Kevin Rowe as a flanker. Rubbish. That's good, that's okay, because he was, 78 rated? I like it. And the third guy of the four I'm going to get is this fella, Owen Flynn. Mr. Owen Flynn, 81 rated. Remember, we've got Matt Faddis in midfield. He's 30, and he's only 85 rated. Long term, this guy, very good kicker. He is an inside centre, definitely. Needs work in a few areas. Good awareness, defensively pretty average. Good handling though, good passing, good kicking. Decent speed on, we'll get him to 92 if he's max trained in that area. So I think he's a good long-term positional player. He will fight with one of our signings and Matt Faddis for that 12 jumper this season. Of course, Kieran Wright is streaks ahead of these guys as well. So we're going to pick up Owen Flynn. There he is. And he is going to be signing number 3 for our youth players. So hopefully Mr. Flynn isn't replaced by anyone too fantastic. Let's go to the midfielders. And you can see here he is. Where's he gone? There he goes. 18. Not the biggest guy, but still a good inside centre, a playmaking inside centre, if you will. And you can see Umanga Jensen's 83, Matt Faddis 85. We've got these guys here. Look, C.R. Tompkinson, Ty Walden 80. So he beat Seamow straight away and Richard Buckman retiring. He's going to be gone next season as well. 33 years of age. So there's my 3. I've got one more I'm going to get. I'll leave that to the end. It's the worst, so I'm not going to be too disappointed if we don't get him. But I think it's time we cleared out some of the dead wood in this side because we've got some better players coming in. Only player that retired last season was Elliot Dixon. So in that case, let's go from the front. We're going to get rid of some players, and it's the second row because we are lacking. Okay, you can see RG Snyman, brilliant player, 27 but he's 86, really boosted up our second row. Next up, Himopo, average, very average, good for the bench. But Dixon, Putty Parkinson there, and a 32-year-old Tom Franklin. I'm sorry, Tom, but you are out of here. So Tom Franklin departs. That gives us another space in our squad. We are also going to get rid of another man. I tossed up between Dylan Hunt and Shannon Frizzell. Frizzell kind of fills our bench a little bit better, and I haven't used Hunt at all, so it's going to be Dylan Hunt that does say goodbye till it's time for the Highlanders. Rucking 86, certainly looks better than Frizzell, but on paper, those two are very, very similar, and that's all I think really Hunt adds over Frizzell. So we're going to get rid of Dylan Hunt. He's going to go, well, hopefully off to the Blues, just like he did about a year or so ago. Only 80 rated, remember, and we've already picked up Mr. Rowe, who's 78. So let's get rid of Dylan Hunt. He's out of the team as well. Doesn't have a future here, sorry, Dylan. So you are gone. Also, in the front row, also about missed out, props. Daniel Leonard Brown, 80 rated. Tokalahi doesn't make my bench. So Leonard Brown, not even going to make the team. He is out of here as well. 29 years old. He is going to be followed close behind Siati Tokalahi. Very good front three there with Lomax, Kitshoff and Johnson. Yusufa Scott as well. Decent talent. And possibly one more joining that list. What else we got going through here? In the backs, we have two players we're going to get rid of here. One of them is in that midfield junction. And it will be, well, this man. Ty Walden, no game time this season. We've got good backup, and we've just added another one. We didn't play Rob Thompson last season, and he is considerably better. We'll keep Sio Tompkinson because he's younger, but Ty Walden is going to see his time out of the Highlanders. Buckman would join him. Retirement season, like we said earlier. And we're going to get rid of Tavita Nabura as well. We just don't use them. We just don't use them. 30 years of age. See you later. You're gone. There we go. A bit of a clean out. Guys we don't use, guys we don't need. Luckily, Sio Tompkinson, you're still here for yourself, but your future does not look bright. So, okay, we've cleaned out 5 players here. Elliot Dixon retired, 6 players. We've picked up 3 youths, 1 more possibly. I have 3 players who I want to sign. I have 33 points left, and if my maths is right, these guys will cost me 29. So, let's go to our first team of poaching. And a lot of you guys suggested someone from the Reds. Now, Harry Wilson's name was bandied about, but to be honest, he's rated rather averagely on this game. But while I was looking at the Reds, I noticed another guy who is going to battle with our signing we just got, Mr. Flynn, for that number 12 jumper. So, a contrasting player. Let's take a look at him. So it's off to the Reds we go, and you can see there's a few guys here I was keen on looking at. Of Italiano Tupou would be a bit better than 81 rated. I looked through their second row as well. Guys like Isaac Rodder, 79. Lukan Soloko Loto, not great, are they? Not really fantastic. Their back rowers, Timu, Harry Wilson is 75. A long way off making our team. 22 though was good. As I scrolled my way through, I thought, well, we've got to get a second rower, a flanker, and a centre. Well, look who we have in the centres. None other than, he's listed as a winger, but we're going to play him in the centres. Jordan Petaia. Okay, we know he's a winger. He's not a winger. Let's be honest. No one likes seeing Jordan Petaia on the wing. He's 22. He's 82 rated. He's got pace to burn. He is a strong character. Needs work there. Good defensively. Elusive, aware. Good passing game. Good kicking game. Solid all-round sort of play. You can see by these stats here. He's just well-rounded. And a real chance to play in that midfield will train him up. Matt Faddis, his time is certainly on the down. Isaiah Parisi as well I looked at, but let's be honest, 79 and 25 versus 82 and 22. We know who we're going to be picking up. It is Jordan Petaia, whatever you want to call him. He is going to be in Petaia to join the Highlanders. Yes, we got our man from the Reds, and this is, I think our first Australian as well to join the club. So, where are we looking here? In the midfielders, he's listed as a winger, isn't he? So we're playing fullbacks on the wing, we're playing wingers in midfield. You know I like to play Josh Mackay in midfield as well. So, there we go. A bit more depth there. Youth. Oh, gotta love having those guys we can train up as well. So that's signing number 1. Signing number 2, you know what? We're going to stay in Australia because there's a man who currently in World Rugby is taking Super Rugby AU by storm. Let's take a look at him. And it's off to the rampaging horses of the Brumbies that we do go. And no surprise, it's their forward pack. We are looking for a play in here. Like I said before, we need a second rower, a lock, and we need a flanker. Now, they've got good players in that second row. You can see here, Murray Douglas, Rory Arnold, Blake Evener, and Sam Carter, and Darcy Swain for that matter. All, well, better than what I've got in my starting lineup. I've got an 82. Yeah, that's right, an 82 in Jackson Himopo. All, well, they got 5 locks in their team, are all better than mine. So I thought about that, but I thought 32, 32, 30, 33, and Darcy Swain maybe at 25. Okay, we'll add that to the thought list. But the man I am going to pick up is further down. And I do notice they are picking up some quality youths as well. You see a 73 rated 19-year-old there they picked up last season. I am going to pick up this man here, Rob Valentini. Listed as a number 8. I think I'm going to play him at 7, move Matera to that favoured 6 that everyone talks about, and have this guy at 7, and then at number 8, Marino Makele 2 for that back row. Rob Valentini, very, very good player, super player. Look at his skills here. 99 ruck, 91 awareness, 93 tackling, 94 breaking tackle, 84 fending, decent speed in almost the 80s, fitness in the 90s as well. Great offloader, great leader. Great scrummager. He's a fantastic player. He's going to cause us a bit of trouble points-wise. 11 is the tally for him from the Brumbies. But boy, oh boy, Rob Valentini, welcome to the Highlanders. That's our second signing for the season. And boy, oh boy, doesn't he bump up that back row. Really looks good now there as well. Third player, and we're not getting a New Zealander here either. I like going outside the horizons and getting a real all-star team in this Highlanders side. So, we are going to be going, unsurprisingly, there's only one other place we can go, and it is to South Africa, where we're going to get a buddy for Mr. Stephen Kitchoff. And of course, that buddy will be coming from the Sharks, certainly not where Mr. Kitchoff comes from, being a Stormers player. This time, we are going to Durban, not Cape Town, for another South African. Now, you've seen we've already picked up a flanker or a back rower, we've picked up our midfielder. This is where we're going to pick up our second rower. And of course, it's no surprise really, Australia doesn't have too many good locks. New Zealand doesn't have too many good locks either, to be honest. You've got to go to where the big boys lie, and that is South Africa. We've come here and we're looking for, again, someone who's young and we can train, and someone who is good enough to actually force their way into our first team. And it's right here where we see Mr. JJ van der Merst. Van der Merst? I don't even know how to say it. I don't care. I'm calling him JJ because he's 23. He's 200 centimetres tall. He's 120 kilos. He is an absolute beast of a man. Not the tallest, but only a couple of centimetres off. But what I like about JJ is he's 81 rated, only going to cost us 9 points, but 23. He's right there. He is pretty much on par with Hamopo. And depth in this team is something we need to build. Substitutes are key. So JJ, he's been one that really caught my eye straight off the whistle. And we are going to be picking him up and getting him just that little bit better as well. We've got lots of training points to grab. So JJ, welcome to the Highlanders. There we go. And look at that. I've nailed the maths. I have nailed the maths. Let's go get our fourth and final youth player, and it is George Ammon. I talked about him last episode in the season finale, the grand final. Just a prop. We got rid of Daniel Leonard-Brown. Was average. He was about this rated, but he was 30 or so. Now we can pick up this guy. Work to be done. Certainly work to be done on this young lad. But depth in the team. If we get him to the 80s, low 80s, you know, he looks around that same sort of skill level as a Johnson, and the other reserves, you've got the Yusufa Scott and players like that. Around the 82, 83 mark, that is really valuable. Only a 5-point difference. He's 18, he's young. He's not as heavy as JJ though. So that's really going to be interesting. But still, I think for the future, this guy's worth picking up. Just 4 points. We got 4 points left. It worked. And it's also going to open up another player who we could pick up if they're good. So let's add JJ and, of course, George Ammon in there. And I like this. I like this. Look at Yusufa Scott. He's a bloody monster. But you see there, 83, 83, 81. Tokalahi's going to get smoked here by George. And we go on from there. Let's have a look and see what's replaced George in the front row. Oh, Daniel Leonard-Brown. We released him. Well, that's a bit crap, isn't it? Okay, I was going to say, oh, an 80-rated 18-year-old. But no, Daniel Leonard-Brown, we released him from the Highlanders. And he's gone into... So's Bronson Marino, 19. Where's he come from? He's an 84 rated inside centre. What? Let's have a look here. 84 rated inside centre. Oh, no way. We picked up Owen Flynn. We could get a 19-year-old that's 84. Oh, no. Now, this could be a during the season signing. We could pick up Bronson if we want to. What's he? He's a really good little player. Good kicking, awareness again, handling, good passing, elusive. He's good defender as well. I think we're going to have to pick up Bronson during the season. How many points does he require? 7. That's only, 3 wins? We've got Bronson on the books. That is one I think we're going to grab him during the season. Definitely going to grab Bronson when we can. And I mean, that's going to get rid of this mud. Sarah Tompkinson can go. Rob Thompson can go as well. Owen Flynn, well, he's in jeopardy. We just signed bloody Geordie Pataya as well. Oh, goodness gracious me. Okay, we're out of recruitment points. It's time to look at the skill attributes to add to our team. Who are we going to boost up in this off-season? Let's go one by one. Okay, so the first player I really want to put points into is Flau Fakatava. This is a season now he becomes #1 scrum half over Aaron Smith, who was 33 and still not retiring. So we've still got another couple of seasons with Aaron in the team to lay that depth down. But we are going to pump a few points into Flau, get him to that #1 spot, get his rating up over Aaron Smith, which will be 86 plus. And we're going to do that by just pretty much maxing out that passing. We're going to add a little bit more acceleration to him as well. I mean, we can go to 91. I'm probably not going to go that high. We'll go to, what do we start at? 84. We'll go to 88 for Flau. Boost him up a little bit there. I'm not going to waste too many points here on these sort of players because we've got a lot of youth that I want to push in to compete into those first team positions. So we're not going to waste too much on him. Flau's good enough. We'll just put a little bit, max out their passing, handling. Yeah, let's pump a couple into handling as well because he needs to be able to handle the ball nicely. Defensively, he's okay. Small guys always get squashed, but acceleration, you know what we like to do off the back of those scrums. We run. Flau's the man. He's going to do that. Let's click OK on that. We spent a few points, 6 points there on Flau, and we can see he is now on par, 86 rated with Aaron Smith. We might come back to him if we need some more points. Now, Safo Aumua is another guy who is a real star of the future. Sitting in here, 25 years old, 89 overall rated. I just want to get him into the 90s. That's all I want to do. Key things for him. Scrummaging, let's get up to 96. Line out throwing, let's get that to 96 as well. And why not pump up a little bit more tackling to 96 as well. Aumua doesn't need much else. I'm not going to waste too many points on him. I just hope this pops him up to 90. We might have to put a few more into him, but he's a strong player already and a star in that front row. So it's okay for Aumua, and he is now 90 rated. I like it. Next guy. Now, I think it's only fair that we continue to build up guys like Kieran Wright, Campbell Wood. So we're going to chuck a couple of points into these guys and leave most of them for the newcomers to the team. But I do like the fact of how much of a game winner he is. So things like elusiveness, I'm going to chuck a couple of points into. Tackling, he's pretty good. I would like him to defend better, but that's okay for now. I'm not going to waste too much on him, but maybe we'll chuck a couple of points into agility as well for his sidestepping ability. Everything else is pretty good. He's aware, he's good at handling. That's in the 90s, you know. Let's not waste too much on Mr. Kieran Wright. Let's just give him a few little points here to bump him up a little bit more. He's 95 rated. He's already a damn superstar. Campbell Wood is much to the same ilk. We're going to put a couple of points, probably get him to up a few more. What did he start at there? 81. Let's get him up to like 84 on agility. Sidestepping is key for him. He does drop back. He's going to cover at fullback. I just don't know if I really want to pump into awareness on him now because he's obviously going to play on the wing this season. His ability to defend and be elusive, let's chuck a couple in there, a couple in elusiveness. He's a good winger. He does his role well. High ball, he's pretty good. That annoys me, it's 89, but I'm not going to dwell on that. A couple for him there, and we'll just leave him. He'll probably pop up near 95 now as well. 2 95 players in the back line. I like that. Now, one of the only few other guys I'm really going to put some points into that have already hit the team is this guy, Marino McAley 2, our number 8. He's only 82 rated, which is a bit short. I think we need to pump some points in them. Now, remember, we've got 34 skill points left. I think if we go about 25, look at key guys like Murray, Rowe, probably not Finn now anymore, because we can pick up that 84 rated guy with a few more recruitment points. So, Murray and Rowe are the guys. Get their pace up, get their power up, and they can be guys for the future of this team as well. But Marino McAley 2, this guy's a starter. We need points in him. Rowe is a guy we're going to bring off the bench, so depth is key. Let's throw some points into his rucking. Let's get that to 99. We want to make sure we don't lose the ball. Here's another 3 for you, Marino. Breaking tackle. Nailed it. That is now 99 as well. His tackling is good. I think we should leave about 25 or so for the other players. We may go back to a guy like Flau Fakatava and chuck a couple more in there. Do we want to give him a couple more in handling, I think. And tackling is 90. It's still pretty good. Speed or acceleration? You know what? Let's give him one on each. You know what? Let's make him 75. A clean 75 for Marino. And, sorry, we've got to make it an even. Oh, fitness is 79. That's got to rip United in half, doesn't it? Let's go. Bang on there. 25 points left each. Where does Marino sit now? 83 only. We've not popped them up by much, have we? Oh, that's a real shame. I'd like them to be a bit better than that. Let's see what we can do with the youth players first. And then we'll come back to what we can do with Marino. Right, so key is going to be Sam Murray. I think he's a real guy for the future, and I think we can easily pump his speed and acceleration up to 94. That does use up quite a few of our points. Awareness as well. We want him to be our fullback. I think this season he's our Ben Smith. Really, he has to be our Ben Smith. Problem is his kicking. So let's get that up a little bit as well. Probably up to like even a 74 if we go that way. Handling will jump just a little bit up to it. Oh no, the button stopped working. Give me it to a 90. Come on. Oh no, they stopped working completely. Here we go. Up to an 80, I mean. Then we've got 80 on his handling as well. Let's just see how he goes there. Elusiveness. Let's get up to an even number as well. Why don't... Oh, there we go. 85 now. It's gone too high. There we go. 84. We'll get it to an 84 as well. I think he looks good. Next season, we'll pump a few more into Sam Murray. Let's see what he looks like now. 86. He's 89. He's on par with Ben Smith. We've got superstars in our backline. Ben, your replacement is here already. Right, so we've got only 16 points left. Skill and 16 attribute. Rob Valentini, he's a star. Let's not let that down. Let's be relentless with Rob. 94 tackling. Let's get those skills up as well. His rucking is perfect. Scrummaging, let's get that up to an 80, shall we? I like that. 80 for scrummaging. He's in the pack. He's got to be part of that conversation. Handling's okay. 73. Speed and acceleration. Oh, he's a big game player, isn't he? Let's get a couple on there for him as well. Strength is really good. Breaking tackle. I'm probably pumping too many points here into Rob. I've only got 11 left. I want to put some more into guys like Pataya as well. And Van der Mesht. Yeah, JJ. Oh, goodness me. Let's not get too excited here. Let's leave him at 78 speed, Rob. You're back rower. You're not a back line. So Rob Valentini, lock him in. We rack him up to an 87. It already was an 87. So no increasement there. We've got to put points into JJ as well. Let's not mess about here. He's 81. Let's get him up to Himopo's level and go from there. Line out jumping. That's your key core skill, my friend. 90. Oh dear, I'm spending too many points. Strength. Let's get up to 90 as well. What else does he do? Oh, he's a good defender. Oh no, I've spent too many points. Let's leave that at 93. At 93, that's great. Line out jumping's great. We want to make sure we win that set piece. Rucking. We'll give him one more. Rucking for JJ. Lock it in. JJ's 82. I like it, and he's overtaken Jackson Himopo in that pecking order. Last points, I'm going to put them on the other Australian, Jordan Pataya. He's got to be our new man in that number 12 jumper. He's got to be that playmaking player. And you know what? The sad thing is, we go back, he's 82. That guy, youth player, is an 84. Depth. It's all about depth. Let's spend some points on Jordan Pataya. He can be the future of our team. Let's get his pace up. I like pace. I like acceleration. How many points do we have? Can we go a bit more on that? We can. 92 and 90. What else is he good at here, Pataya? He's not super elusive. We'll get that up a little bit more as well. 76. Discipline I don't care about. Finesse, we'll work on that in time. Kicking, probably going to be key as well because being an inside centre, he's got to fill that role in the team. Awareness, handling, average Pataya. Goodness me, passing. Oh dear. This is a short-term fix, I think, because we're going to go back to the other chappie we've got there. We're going to leave that there. 92 and 90 on speed for Pataya. He's 85 now as well. We look at a guy like Matt Faddis. Oh, he smokes him for speed. Matt Faddis is a bit more aware, but I like Pataya to fill that position. I've got a couple more points. I'm going to slam them into Folau Fakatava because I think he has a real future at that number 9 jumper. Where are we going to put him? Oh, we've only got 1 point left. Let's put that on awareness so he knows what's going on. And let's just get that acceleration right up. 91. I've got 3 more left. What are we going to put on attribute? Attribute for Folau. Speed. Speed to the rucks. That's key. Here we go. Points spent. We're out. We are done. Folau Fakatava now 88 rated. He is our number 1, number 9. Let's fix this team up. I'll be back for you in just a tick. We'll have a look at how we're going to look for our season opener against the Waikato Chiefs. Okay, so here we are. The team is set for our season opening fixture, and we've kept Ben Smith at the back because just his experience, his little bit extras in things like awareness and kicking will boost our team just that little bit more, I think, in some areas. But don't worry, we will be giving game time to the young man Sam Murray at fullback this season, or possibly even on the wing. If we get injuries, we are going to get injuries, and of course next season Ben Smith retires, so Sam Murray will be the full-time gig in that 15 jumper. Campbell Wood, he's the winger. On our left side, he's a fullback, but he is a depth on the left wing. We should probably swap those guys, but Naholo, we know, is a 14 out and out. The midfield, Jordi Petaia and Kieran Wright. Now, Petaia, his time may be short-lived because you've got to remember we got that guy in the youths who we are going to pick up that is 84 rated at 18. No, he's 19, isn't he? He is 19, so we can pick him up, and that will make huge congestion. We'll get rid of guys like Tompkinson, Buckman will go, and pressure now on Rob Thompson to keep his spot, and even Umanga Jensen or Owen Flynn. So massive, massive room there in the future. We'll get some points up and we'll pick him up before the end of the season. Fakatava and Ioane will be the halves combination. We saw what we did to Fakatava with our recruitment. Back row, Matera at 6, Valentini at 7, and Makali 2 at 8. It's big, it's powerful, it's not very mobile, although some may argue Valentini and Matera can get around the pitch pretty quick for big guys that they are. We're going for a big man pack as well with JJ and Snyman. It's the two South Africans in the second row. I forgot we had Snyman. I've already got a buddy for Kitchov. We've got 3 of them in the pack now with Kitchov, Almua and Lomax in our front row. The bench is strong and now Johnston, very good replacement prop. Coltman, Humopo and Squire, the rest of the forwards replacement, I should say. Aaron Smith on the bench with Umanga Jensen and Mackay still sitting there. I think we might mix those up a little bit. Umanga Jensen I like in that midfield, but 83, we've got competition now in those areas of Rob Thompson. Matt Faddis will probably be the guy that will go in the centres there, and Josh Mackay on the wing. Well, you've got to say it's Sam Murray who will take that spot as the outside back replacement. That is our team for the season opener against the Chiefs. Boy, we've done a lot. This has gone on a while, but we've spent every single point. Good or bad, let me know your thoughts. Much work to be done this season. The Highlanders are ready for action. Until then, though, thanks for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to the season. What do you think of the signings? What do you think of the team? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all next time for many more from the Highlanders on Rugby Champions. Until then, though, take care.